What's up, everybody? D Illa here. You know, in this 2025 draft class, this is a class that is just stockpiled with defensive linemen, edge rushers all over the place. Just another reason why you shouldn't attempt to take an edge rusher at pick number 3 in a guy like Abdul Carter. There's too many other players out there to choose from. Now, maybe they might not have the ceiling of an Abdul Carter, but they can be good enough to get the job done. Players that you can select in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. This is why you would take a player like a Travis Hunter at the 3rd pick, because you're not going to get another corner like this in this draft. Hell, you're not even going to have the ability to draft a guy like this in future drafts. Travis Hunter in that secondary can be used all over the field. There's no doubt about that. You don't just play him on the outside. You can bring him inside and let him play the slot. Example, you know, just like when the Dallas Cowboys bring a guy like CeeDee Lamb inside to take advantage of the slot corner, which Dallas loves to do with CeeDee. A lot of other teams in the NFL try to do the same thing with their number 1 wide receiver. They bring them inside. They try to take advantage of the smaller cornerback. But if you have a guy like Travis Hunter, you bring him inside and match him up against a guy like CeeDee Lamb, Dallas is going to think twice about throwing the ball in his direction. I guarantee you. Travis Hunter is going to play the ball just like CeeDee Lamb will. It's almost like that ball that the quarterback throws that Dak throws CeeDee's way, or any other quarterback that decides to throw to their number 1 wide receiver with Travis Hunter covering them. It's almost like that ball is intended for Travis Hunter, because he's going to attack the ball just like that wide receiver that pass is intended for. Now, I had somebody ask me a couple weeks ago, do I think Travis Hunter can play A.J. Brown? Of course he can play A.J. Brown, because he possesses the same skill set that A.J. Brown does. Now, he's not 225 pounds, but it doesn't matter. He's good enough to stay in A.J. Brown's hip pocket along with CeeDee Lamb. And as that pass is making its way towards the corner and the wide receiver, Travis Hunter has just as good of a chance as that wide receiver does of coming down with that pass. That's something that you can't put a price on in your secondary. And in our situation, you know, we've got guys like Tibbs, we've got Brian Burns, we've got Dexter Lawrence. Honestly, that should be enough to apply pressure. Would it be nice to add another pass rusher like an Abdul Carter? Sure. But you have 3 guys right now that can get the job done. If you add another guy late, and I'll tell you one guy right now, Jordan Burch out of Oregon. Defensive end / edge rusher, whatever you want to call him. He's been in between 280 and 295 throughout his college career. Played for Oregon, played for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Last year he had, 31 solo tackles, or 31 total tackles. He had 8.5 sacks. He had, I think, 6 pass defenses. So when he gets near that quarterback, he is already smart enough to know, get your hands up. Get your hands in the throwing lanes to disturb the quarterback's line of sight. And this is a guy at 295 pounds, 280, 295, wherever he is in between there, that runs a 4.68 40. And there's so many examples like this throughout this draft. And this is exactly the reason why you don't need to be spending the 3rd pick in the draft on Abdul Carter.